Thank you for tuning in. You are listening to Shoptalk Radio, and I am your host, Styles by Joni. Thanks for tuning in to WDRB Media, guys. I appreciate you guys for being here and tuning in. Make sure you listen to my show Wednesdays, 10:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and 7:45 Central Time. So, guys, yes, it is February, Black History Month. Black History Month. But I just want to say that Black History Month is every day.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just stop with the 1 month. We have every day to be great.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, let me go ahead and introduce Summer, my co-host Summer. Summer, how you doing?
Hey, I'm doing good. How you doing?
Good, Summer. How you been? You feeling okay?
Yeah, feeling good. Just busy, working, starting a new job, grad school.
Good, good. That sounds really nice.
It's
Got a lot of
gotta
stuff
stay
going
busy.
on, huh?
Yeah, got it. Good to stay busy.
Yeah, it is. Busy is good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And you
So,
mentioned I had just gotten off of social media too, because I know you mentioned that.
mhm.
Yeah, so I've been trying to focus without the distractions, without the news.
Oh, yeah. You're saying about when I said about the just breaking away from social media a little bit.
Yeah.
Because
Mm-hmm.
social media can seem and be deemed as the D word, the devil. It's like so much evil and so much of a narrative,
Yeah.
and seems like a agenda to mess with a person's mind and
Mm-hmm.
and their
It's
soul.
addicting.
It's
Yeah,
addicting.
it's
Yeah,
addicting, and everyone knows the benefits of social media, and everyone at this point knows the negatives. But I think we don't ever give ourselves an opportunity to kind of just to breathe and be away from it. So
right,
yeah,
right. And we need that time away, guys, to focus on yourselves and focus on your goals and focus on where you're going.
right,
Um, we had some tragic things happen in February, and we're just in the beginning of the month.
yeah,
And we're gonna try to stay optimistic and positive in it.
hmm.
You know, um, I don't
What do
know.
you think that? What do you think that takes though? Because it's I know you mentioned there's like a lot of negative things going on. Just and when you think about the Black community, obviously we have a very deep and rich history, and we have a history of pain, and violence. We have it's just a lot that we've endured. So today it's like you mentioned focusing and trying to think positive. What do you think that requires?
Um, just turning a negative into a positive, like
Yeah.
looking outward than inward. Like, don't
Yeah.
focus so much on it and take it on so much that you can't move forward and look past and look for the
Right.
future.
Right.
That's what I think, we can do, and let's do it as a people.
Yeah. Well, I've noticed it's kind of like when you think of your broader community, it's just it becomes overwhelming because you think of
It's
all of the
it's
right.
deep.
Yeah, you think of injustices in the justice system and in workplace and just in
It's
education.
everywhere. It's
Yeah, but
everywhere.
then I think it might help to be able, because for me it's like when I think of it in those broader terms, it's very difficult. But when I think of it with just who do I love, who's around me, where am I going, how can I lift as I climb, how can
Right.
I reach out to the people who are around me and to make sure they're okay. When I think about it in a smaller scope, it becomes easier to breathe.
Right. So go a little bit deeper than that. Do you mean that taking away certain entities will
Well,
help you focus more? Or
I think you have to know yourself, especially, I'm a Black woman, I'm a young Black woman in this society. You have to know who you are. You have to know how you're affected by the things that you hear. It could be in the media, social media, it could be on the news. So for me, I'm a person who I can get easily affected by the things that I hear in the news,
right.
So
It
I'm
could be
like,
depressing.
exactly, it can get really discouraging and depression. So it's like, what are you gonna do? So for me, I've decided to um And that's not to say you can't be educated. You want to be educated, you want to stay woke, you want to be on top of things, but at the same
Right.
time, you got to understand your mental health. And sometimes you need a break. Sometimes you just need to switch it off. And I think it becomes hard because you get some people get this fear of missing out or stuff like that. But it's really important to just put your mind and your mental health and your wellness first.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah, I agree.
It's not going to go anywhere.
No, it's not. The trouble and the trauma is not going to go anywhere. And we're trying to live in it and succeed at the same time.
Right.
You know, like there's a narrative and an agenda that for me personally that I see that it's a push against the people, you know, and to overcome that, we just keep talking positive, you know, and keep sharing, you know, and uplifting each other as far as what we're seeing and going through, like support Black businesses. We can do that, you know, like some I think I went in a Black business and I was like, wow, this is way more expensive. the way more expensive items, because I think if we go to get the commodities or whatever, they're more expensive.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like, it seems to be like everything or some of the things that we're trying to do for ourselves is a little bit harder for us just because of the color of our skin. You know what I mean? So even though, just still support Black business because we're trying to, you know, elevate.
Yeah. And community, just like supporting each other and I feel like doing it's almost cliche to say, but you really have to do these small things that make you happy and that just make you feel like happy to be alive that day. Like happy for me, it's like traveling. So I love to travel. I love to see and meet new people. And it's like, when I can do that and I feel connected to, and that's one of the reasons too that I took a break from social media, because I stopped feeling connected. Because social media can make you feel connected to people who you're not going to be able to see every day. But for me, I started to feel the opposite. And so I was like, I kind of need to take a step back from this. So I do little things that make me feel like me and that make me feel happy. And I think when you have too much of a spotlight on being, oh, you're Black, you're this, you're that, you know what I'm saying? It's like stressful because you know who you are.
Focus.
Right. I know who I am, you know who you are. And it's like, it's hard when you live in a society that is going to see one part of you first.
Right.
And your life is harder than that. But at the same time, it's like, I love being Black. So I'm just, you know what I'm saying? So like, I see it as a positive in every way.
Prevail through it. That's right. That's right. Look at where you're going to go, not where you are, you know. And guess what, guys? Go and travel, go see the world. You know what I mean? I mean, even if it's not outside of the States, just go somewhere outside of Europe where you are.
Yeah.
Get out of that box. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and if you're in a negative environment, I think there's a lot of people are afraid to leave. I say leave. And I don't mean like leave your community. Like I say, get out. Especially young people, get out and see what is out there. Yeah, and even if like things are not always the same everywhere, you might experience something that's very just people might be different in other places,
and harder. It will be harder to live for where you are versus if you go somewhere else.
Right.
You may be able to breathe a little bit if you go somewhere else, just a little bit.
Yeah.
And you can breathe and live.
I had moved back to Atlanta. I'm like, I can't breathe.
Right.
I feel happy to be around people. I feel happy to get out and to see things and to see culture, my culture, other cultures all around me. And it's okay to leave where you are to go somewhere that you're more comfortable in.
And you'll see yourself grow. Yeah. You'll see yourself growing by change. Change is good. So there's nothing wrong with just stepping outside the box.
Right.
You know, step outside the box and believe in yourselves, people. Women, men, believe in yourselves and who you are. Whatever it is that you like to do and you want to do for yourself and how you want to look and the things that you believe in, do it for you. Don't do it for no one else. And don't listen to what other people say about you or about your Blackness or about your skin color, or about your style, or about what you like to wear, or, be yourselves, people. Be yourselves and be in it.
Well, how do you think people can do that? Because I know that that's something that we say a lot. It's like to be you and to be yourself. How do you think people can go about doing that? Because for me, I'm like, I think that it takes sometimes conscious effort. I think it takes learning about, even if you feel like you're not doing things, you have to listen to that thing inside of you that says, I'm not being authentically right. I can be better. And I'm also not being authentically me.
Right.
Like you got to listen to whenever you feel that way, who makes you feel that way?
Right.
What are your triggers? When do you start feeling that way?
Yeah. Answer your own self within yourself. Answer your question. Look at who you are first. And then you could be a better you. Like if you
people always discovering that.
Right. Yeah. So you got to look at yourself and who you are so you can better yourself. Nobody is perfect. So if you guys are out there thinking that you're perfect, nobody is perfect. But to improve who you are, to be a better you, just start with small steps. Because you know what's wrong with you. Everybody knows their faults. But to improve that fault, to get past that fault, work on that fault and be, strive to be better in the next thing that you want to be better at.
Right. Growth, comfort zones. And I always say, like, growth comes with growing pains. So I think, anytime
experiences. Experiences, the things you go through, that's part of growth and knowing who you are. So don't go through something in life, in an experience, and chuck it off and not check it off. Don't chuck it off, check it off. Meaning you're not going to do the same thing you did before because you learned from it. It seems to me that people are not learning from their mistakes.
Well, that takes reflection, I think. I think it takes reflection, not even just, it doesn't even have to be something that you've done as a mistake, but it's taking time to sit back and think about what has happened, why did it happen, who am I, who do I feel, who do I want to be in the future, why am I the way I am, how can I grow, and just kind of always like periodically take time to do that and to think, like just to think. Just instead of just going with emotions.
Right. Yeah, think first and then act off the emotions. At least think for a minute. I always say a minute. Just think about what you're going to say, think about what's coming your way, and then move forward. But I just wanted to say also about the HBCUs.
Yeah.
The HBCUs are doing big things, and there are about 100 HBCUs out here that are diverse. You have white, Black, Asian, they're mixing up. People are interested in going to these schools, and the HBCUs are one of the places that are growing, a lot of people
improving too.
And improving.
Yeah, I think people are learning that that's a place. I talked to my dad recently about the HBCUs, and I said, how can we grow even in that, that sphere? How can we kind of make it a better in the
superior
future? Right.
Which we are. The HBCUs are superior versus inferior. So just give them their credit. Right. Give them the credit where the credit is due. So, guys, our time is up. Thank you for listening to Shop Talk Radio. Remember to tune in on Wednesdays, 10:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and 7:45 on the other side. Miss Summer, thank you so much for coming through.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Until next time, guys, remember to be blessed, keep your heads up, and peace out.